Alright, let's talk multi-cookers. Today, we're pitting 3 of the biggest names against each other in a kitchen showdown. The goal? To find out which one is your perfect partner for making those weeknight meals way easier. You know that feeling, right? It's the end of a long day, you're craving something amazing and home-cooked, but your schedule is just insane. It's this constant fight between what you want to eat and what you actually have time to make. So, here's the big question. Could one single appliance really, truly fix that? Well, let's see if that's actually possible. So, here's the plan. We're gonna look at the modern mealtime challenge, then meet our 3 contenders, each with its own personality: the sprinter, the all-rounder, and the precisionist. After that, we'll throw them into a head-to-head showdown, and finally, help you find your perfect match. Let's do this.
All right, first up is contender number 1, the sprinter. This one is all about speed. I mean, pure, unapologetic speed. If that ticking clock is your mortal enemy on a Tuesday night, you're gonna wanna pay close attention.
And here it is, the Ninja Combi 12-in-1. People call this thing the king of speed and versatility, and for a really good reason. It was literally built from the ground up with one goal in mind: get an entire meal, we're talking protein, veggies, carbs, the whole shebang, on your plate fast.
So how in the world does it do that? Well, it's got this secret weapon called a Combi steam mode. It basically blasts your food with superheated steam and hot convection air all at once. The result? You can cook a complete meal in about 15 minutes. Seriously, it's less like a traditional multi-cooker and more like a tiny, super-powered oven that lives on your counter. And oh yeah, the accessories? Totally dishwasher safe. Huge plus. Okay, but there's always a trade-off, isn't there? On the one hand, you get that insane speed and these perfectly crispy textures. Think amazing chicken wings or fries. But here's the catch. It's not a pressure cooker. So for those melt-in-your-mouth stews or pulled pork, this isn't your guy. Oh, and heads up, this thing is a beast. It's gonna take up some serious real estate on your countertop. Okay, so maybe speed isn't everything for you. Maybe you're the kind of person who just wants one machine that can do, well, everything. You hate being told no. If that's you, then you've got to meet our next contender, the all-rounder. And of course, it's the legendary Instant Pot. Specifically, the Duo Crisp with the ultimate lid. This thing is the absolute Swiss Army knife of the kitchen. It totally earns that best all-rounder title because it doesn't just pressure cook, it does that and a whole lot more. Now, the real game changer with this model is that single ultimate lid. If you remember the older versions, you needed 2 different bulky lids, one for pressure cooking, one for air frying. It was a nightmare to store. Well, Instant Pot finally cracked the code. This one lid handles it all. Pressure cooking, air frying, slow cooking, you name it. It's a genuine 11-in-1 machine. But, you know, with great power comes a bit of a learning curve. I mean, let's be real. Looking at that control panel for the first time can feel a little overwhelming. And while it's a great air fryer, it does take a little longer to get hot compared to the Ninja. The payoff, though, you get this incredible range of functions all packed into one pretty slick design.
All right, on to our final contender. This one plays a completely different game. It's not about being the fastest. It's not about having a million functions. This machine is for the cook who craves control, who wants perfect, consistent results every single time. Say hello to the Fast Slow Pro from Sage, and the name really says it all. It's a master of both fast pressure cooking and low and slow cooking. The whole point of this machine is to give you pinpoint precision and total control. And you can really see that focus on refinement in its features. For example, it has a hands-free automatic steam release. That is a huge deal for safety and just peace of mind. No more hiding behind a cabinet door while poking the valve with a wooden spoon. Plus, it has dual sensors inside that monitor the temperature from both the top and the bottom, which means your food gets cooked perfectly evenly. It's all about taking the guesswork out of the equation. So what's the bottom line here? Look, if your goal is to make the absolute best stew, a flawless risotto, or that perfect fall-apart pulled pork, and you want to do it without any stress, this is the one. It's a specialist. But the trade-off is that it is a specialist. There are no extra bells and whistles, so no air frying, and it definitely has a more premium price tag for that level of performance. Okay, so we've met our 3 contenders. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side and see exactly where each one shines and where it doesn't. This is the showdown.
When you see them all laid out like this, their different personalities just pop. You've got the Ninja, the Sprinter, all about those 15-minute meals, but its big drawback? No pressure cooking. Then there's the Instant Pot, the all-rounder, with that awesome ultimate lid, but you gotta be ready for that learning curve. And finally, the Sage, the precisionist, with its amazing auto steam release, but you're giving up air frying. It really just spells out the choice you're making with each one.
So that brings us to the most important question. Which one of these is actually right for you? Because this isn't about which one is the best in a vacuum, it's about which one is the best fit for your kitchen and your life. Let's figure that out.
But hold on, before you run out and buy one, here are 4 super quick but super important tips. Number 1, measure your counter space. I'm serious, some of these are huge. 2, check the warranty. You want at least a year or 2. 3, see what actually comes in the box. Do you get the baskets and trays you need? And 4, read the real-world reviews, especially the ones that talk about the little stuff like cleaning or how noisy it gets.
All right, let's make this super simple. If you just want crispy, delicious meals on the table fast, especially on a crazy weeknight, the choice is easy. You're looking for the Sprinter, the Ninja Combi. Now, if your goal is to clear out some of that clutter from your kitchen and you want one pot that truly does it all, pressure cook, slow cook, air fry, you name it, then you're team all-rounder. You want the Instant Pot Duo Crisp.
And finally, if you're a bit of a patient chef, you know, someone who loves spending a Sunday perfecting a stew or a risotto, and you really value that feeling of safety and total control, then your perfect match is the Precisionist. That's the Sage Fast Slow Pro.
So where does that leave us? What's the final verdict? Well, a lot of people would say the Instant Pot is the most complete multi-cooker out there. But that's the key, right? It's not so simple. It really boils down to what we've been saying. If speed is your game, it's the Ninja. If you're all about that slow cook perfection, it's the Sage. And if you want one machine to rule them all, it's the Instant Pot.
So in the end, it really all comes down to one simple question for you to answer. When you walk into your kitchen, ready to cook, what's the most important thing to you? Is it speed? Is it versatility? Or is it precision? Once you know the answer to that, you'll know exactly which of these is your perfect kitchen partner.